Hi, Robert. Sorry for the delay. Zoom was being funny. I saw that you popped up, but then when I tried to let you in, it wasn't working, so I restarted the classroom. Sometimes when I teach multiple people back to back without turning it off and back on, it gets wonky. So, how are you? I hope your teeth are good. No drilling or anything today. Ideally, hopefully. So, oh, looks like it's kind of still connecting or buffering a little bit. So, oh, there's better. Can you see and hear me okay?
Okay. Yes.
Better. All right, good. Awesome. Alrighty. So tell me, what have you been working on this last couple weeks since I saw you, or last week since I saw you, and what you would say is your main goal for today?
So I'm still working on the book.
Good.
Everything's been recorded, and
Okay.
I'm in the process. I'm almost done with proof listening chapter 8, which is the longest chapter in the book,
Okay.
and then I'll do whatever corrections need to be made, and then do
Perfect.
my effects, the limiter and all that.
Perfect.
And then
Yep.
the hardest part for me with this is just listening to the whole thing and cutting out any like clicks and breath
Mm.
sounds, and it's just that's
Yeah.
been the most time consuming part for me.
Yeah, time consuming. That's a
Yeah,
good word for it. Yeah. And it's not
it's not
even
hard.
necessarily hard to do.
Yeah,
Um, I would say, and clicks sometimes can be tricky because if they happen in the middle of a word, the click removal isn't gonna remove it. Yeah. And you can't really remove it either. Then you have to just re-record it, which is annoying. But I would say you can kind of take it with a grain of salt kind of thing. It doesn't have to be completely breath free and completely entirely every single click removed. It doesn't have to be perfection. I would say if you feel like you listen to it and it's 90% perfect, you can just kind of leave it. um, because with narration, I feel like I don't know, with a commercial, for instance, you can take the time to get it perfect, but with narration, it's you don't get paid enough and it's too time consuming and it's you have to sort of pick where to invest your time. And I'd rather you spend the most time having a really solid delivery. And if it's a thing where you're the producer and the voice actor, you can kind of not make it as perfect, I think, as you think it needs to be, starting out in voiceover. I feel like everybody wants it to be perfect, you know? But we can spend so much time. And also, you'll get faster at editing as you go.
yeah,
But the plugins and things should help quite a bit. And
yeah.
you can adjust the settings on those. You also can sometimes apply it multiple times. If you do click removal once, then you feel like there's still a little bit there, you can apply it again and be like, oh, okay, now it's, pretty muffled or muted, and then it's not really annoying anymore, so you can just kind of leave it. Um, and then to remember if you're listening through studio headphones and that kind of thing, um, and people are listening through their phone speakers or their laptop speakers or something, it's not going to be nearly as good, or car speakers. They've got the car noises too. So you don't have to, it doesn't have to be as, I think, perfect as you think it has to be. And then for noise reduction, I would recommend after you do your regular noise reduction, analyze the room noise and then apply it so that it filters out any fan or whatever noises, that kind of sound. But then find a breath, highlight just a breath, analyze it again with step one of your noise reduction, and then apply noise reduction a second time. And it should filter out the breaths. And it doesn't always remove them entirely, but it'll at least lower them quite a bit. And that'll help with that. But yeah, I don't know that you have to necessarily have no breaths ever. Even in music, um, I was talking to an audio editor and he had someone who was like, oh, you got to go take out all the breaths. And he was like, if you insist. And then afterwards they were like, oh, you're right. It doesn't sound good. I sound too perfect and too robotic and too clean.
Yeah.
And then they ended up adding a bunch back in. Um, because it just sounded weird. and unnatural. So I feel like if you take it entirely out, it starts to feel odd.
Mhm.
Yeah. So so yeah, so those would be my couple tips there. And like I said, you can always apply it like twice or three times even if you feel like it needs a little bit more, but you can also just adjust the settings and that can help. So sometimes it's tweaking the settings that can perfect it. Yeah. And it also
Yeah.
might not necessarily be like the clicks and the noise removal. It could also be things like maybe if you download like a de-esser plugin kind of a thing, like depending on what the noises are that you're hearing, it might be that a different plugin might work a little bit better than the ones that are automatically in there as well. So yeah, maybe look at other plugins that you might think could be helpful too. So, as we are diving in then today, where are you at in the recording process? So, where did you get to?
Everything's recorded.
Oh, perfect. So now it's really just the editing that you're working on. That's exciting.
Yeah.
You've gotten a lot done.
Yeah.
That is
Um,
so cool.
I was hoping I'd be done by now, but I've had a lot of things come up, and so, but I mean, that's kind of what the book is about. Like, life throws, you have setbacks, and you learn from your setbacks,
Hmm.
and definitely had quite a few. But
Yeah,
I really hope to be done with it in the next couple of days.
sure.
I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to with
All
the amount
right.
of time that I have before I have to go back to work.
Yeah. Well,
But
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
if it takes a little
do
bit
my
longer,
best. But
that's okay. You know, that's
it's,
part of the process. And if it takes that long, it takes that long.
I just feel bad that I missed the due date, and I feel like I
Oh,
was
I don't mind at all. I just had to put one in.
okay.
It makes me, but it's okay. And I think it's also good practice to try to make the due date, to be
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm going to aim for that. But if you miss it, it's okay. I
Okay.
mean, to me, to
Yeah.
other people, it might not.
Yeah. I was
So,
reading some stuff
yeah, with other
online
people,
about.
just like message them, talk to them, be honest about where you're at. Um, but here's the thing too, like if people really want things to be perfectly edited, they'll be like, "Oh, hey, just send me the raw files and I'll do the editing." Or have someone else, I'll hire an audio engineer to do that. And they didn't. So I'm like, if they really want it to be perfect, they'll hire someone who does audio editing for their living.
Okay.
But
So
yeah, if it's not done by the due date, I don't care.
okay.
I
Well,
really
good to
don't.
know.
So it
Um.
sounds like, I mean, do you know what to do for the editing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just taking the time to do it. Um, and I'm honestly perfectly okay with you taking time to work on that. Like
Okay.
take like your lunch break at work and work on it little by little, chip away at it. No worries. Um, so then if you're already done recording all of it, I think it actually might be a good time to start auditioning for other projects.
Yeah. So what I want to do when I'm done with this book, I'm gonna get a Voice 123 paid subscription.
Okay, nice.
And so I want to start doing more things, more like commercials.
Yeah, I love it. That's
Yeah.
a great idea. Very
And
cool.
eventually, my ultimate goal is to do cartoons and video games.
Okay, nice. Love it. So then, great. So do you want us to work on the editing together right now, or do you want to work on that independently?
I can work on that independently. I pretty much what I'm in the process of doing right now is proof listening chapter 8. So I'm just like
Okay.
listening with my earbuds in and like reading along with the manuscript, making sure like every word is spoken correctly,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm not leaving words out or leaving
Sure.
numbers out. I've noticed that a few times on the list, occasionally I
Mm-hmm.
forget to read the number, so that I just go back and record the number and add it in.
Yeah.
Uh, so I think. yeah, so that I think I'm pretty much dialed in with that. Maybe we could work on character voices and
Okay.
commercial voices, since that's kind of what I want to be focused on next after I
Yeah.
finish this project.
I love it. Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So then, all right. So just like practice scripts for that then.
Yeah,
All right. Um, so which one do you want to do first? Do you want to do commercials or characters?
let's start with commercials.
Okay.
Most likely that's what I'll be doing next. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
Love it.
See what the future holds, and I think it's going to be good.
How about let's try this one. So it's a short car commercial. All
Okay.
right, for Ford Motors, they say confident and rugged are the descriptive words there.
Okay. There you are.
Yeah, it froze up a little bit for a second there. Do you want to try it again?
Sure.
Okay.
Ford F-150, built tough for every job, every road, every challenge. With best-in-class towing and innovative tech, it's the truck that works as hard as you do. Ford F-150, where power meets today.
All right, good. I definitely hear some of that, like trying to make it sound more of that like rugged, like man's man kind of
Yeah.
sound. Very good. Okay, so some things I always look for are what is the company, what is the thing that I'm advertising, what's my target audience, and trying to sound like as authentic and engaging, really connecting as possible. So, what would you say is our target audience here?
I think there's a few different targets. There's contractors, there's
Sure.
farmers, and
Yeah.
also recreational off-road people.
Okay, absolutely. Yes. Yep, it says like every job, every road, every challenge. It mentions towing, tech, you know. Um So I feel like you're right. They are sort of like appealing to a few different types of people there. Um, so I would make sure like the Ford F-150 that both times you say that that's very clear. And then I probably would also make sure to bring out the things like why it's special, that it's like it's built tough, things like best in class, innovative, um, things like, it working as hard as you do, that's like making them feel seen and understood. And then the end with like the where power meets precision, it's like a little catchphrase, little advertising moment. Visit your local dealer today. But still try to make it sound like really like excited and genuine if you can. Um, so how do you think you are supposed to feel about the F-150?
I'm supposed to feel confident that it is the best truck out there on the market.
Yeah. So would that
Hands
be
down.
excited? Would it be proud? Would it be um inspired? Like, how does it make you feel?
Definitely proud and excited.
Nice. Okay, great. So proud and excited. So I want you to try that again with that kind of energy.
Okay. Ford F-150, built tough for every job, every road, every challenge. With best in class towing and innovative tech, it's the truck that works as hard as you do. Ford F-150, where power meets precision. Visit your
Nice.
local dealer today.
Yeah, I like that a lot better. Awesome. How did you like it?
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I liked it a lot better. So what do you think your goal is here? What are you trying to get them to do?
Get them to go out and buy a Ford F-150.
Yes. Okay. So let's go ahead and I want you to do it again and try to be really persuasive. Like get them to go to the dealer today.
Yeah. Ford F-150, built tough for every job, every road, every challenge. With best in class towing and innovative tech, it's the truck that works as hard as you do. Ford F-150, where power meets precision. Visit your local dealer today.
Nice. Good. That was good. Awesome. Which one did you like best? Which take?
I think the most recent one.
I agree. I think it was the most like speed wise, it was a little bit like faster. It felt like it kept the momentum up. And for commercials, we always kind of err on the side of a little bit faster because they're paying per second of airtime. So they like them to be quick. And also, people have a very short attention span for commercials. So we got to get them in those first few seconds. So, yeah, I like it because it was a little like higher energy and it felt like it had this direction to it. Yeah, that momentum just kept going, kept building. Awesome. All right, so then let's take a look then at the tech company, the Apple one there. They say the style is cool and sleek. All right,
Okay.
so go ahead and take a silent read through first.
Okay.
It looks like this is for their latest MacBook Pro, and you're describing, why it's great. And then you're gonna give it a whirl.
Introducing the all new MacBook Pro, powered by the blazing fast M3 chip with an edge to edge liquid retina display and up to 22 hours of battery life. Work smarter, play harder, and create like never before. MacBook Pro, innovation redefined.
Nice. Very good. All right. So then we're gonna try that again. Now when you think of MacBook Pro, what do you think is your target audience?
People who are more into tech, like,
Okay.
like someone who wants a computer for their business. Maybe they work from home and they want the best quality product available. Maybe not necessarily all people who work in tech, but people who work a lot on their computer because it says work harder or work smarter, play harder. So it's kind of geared towards people who use their computer for work.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's a good point. They're specifying for work. So that's our target audience. And they also go into a lot of the technical aspects of this computer. So I think that's a really good focus. So then what would you say are the keywords to bring out?
Definitely liquid retina display sounds very enticing. Uh,
Okay.
blazing fast, um, work smarter, play harder,
Yeah.
innovation redefined.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Good. All right. So I want you to do it again, thinking about that target audience and think about those words that you want to lean into and bring out more.
Okay. Actually, I need to go grab my laptop charger.
Oh, sure. No problem.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Intro-
So focusing on target audience and those words that are the key words to bring out, lean into a little bit more.
okay. Introducing the all-new MacBook Pro, powered by the blazing fast M3 chip with an edge-to-edge liquid retina display and up to 24 hours of battery life. Work smarter, play harder, and create like never before. MacBook Pro, innovation redefined.
Nice. All right, good. Okay, so then the next thing I want you to think about here is so they say style is cool and sleek. So what does that mean to you? How would you sound cool and sleek?
Smooth, speaking smooth in a smooth fashion, down to earth, kind of like kind of like someone who would work at a Mac store and approaches people and like tries to pr-
Hmm.
promote products that they have in the Apple store.
Sure. Yeah. All right. So can you maybe think of a person you would think of casting as that? Like a character inspiration kind of an idea?
Let me think. Who would be an Apple commercial? Drawing a blank here.
That's okay. What about an actor, a character from a show or something? Cool and sleek. Who
Cool
is the
and
most
sleek.
cool person you can think of? It could also be like a person who is cool as a character, like Edward in Twilight or Tom Cruise in Top Gun. Somebody who's
Or
cool.
Keanu Reeves in The
Sure.
Matrix.
There we go. Yes. All right. So I want you to do it the way you think he would do it.
Introducing the all new MacBook Pro, powered by the blazing fast M3 chip with an edge to edge liquid retina display and up to 22 hours of battery life. Battery life. Work smarter, play harder, and create like never before. MacBook Pro, innovation redefined.
Nice. Yes. All right. So who is the most sleek or like slick kind of person you can think of? When I hear slick, I don't know, like I don't always think of that. I don't know, like slick kind of makes me think of like a greasy used car salesman. So
Yeah.
sleek though reminds me of maybe like a fancy sports car, you know? So maybe like somebody who wears like multiple thousands of dollars, like tailored suits kind of
George
a thing.
Clooney.
Okay. All right. Let's try George Clooney.
Introducing the all new MacBook Pro, powered by the blazing fast M3 chip with an edge to edge liquid retina display and up to 22 hours of battery life. Work smarter, play harder, and create like never before. MacBook Pro, innovation redefined.
Nice. Good. All right. People that I sometimes think would be into Macs, just because I know a lot of creatives, a lot of creative world people have Macs, like film or music or like, marketing and they're designing like layouts or, doing artistic things. I know a lot of artistic kind of people who have Macs. So if we were going to gear it maybe towards more artsy people, how would you read it then?
Maybe a
Because
little
they
bit
do
more
mention
upbeat.
like create down at the bottom too, and like innovation. So could we maybe try it like that? A little upbeat,
Yeah.
targeted more towards the creatives, like You say like play harder. You mentioned like playing, could be like theatrical people, people making content for social media.
Introducing the all new MacBook Pro, powered by the blazing fast M3 chip with an edge to edge liquid retina display and up to 22 hours of battery life. Work smarter, play harder, and create like never before. MacBook Pro, innovation redefined.
Nice. Good. All right. So, which take did you like best and why?
I feel like the one where I tried to emulate George Clooney. We
Okay,
tried,
all right. So then that would be the keeper. I usually like
yeah,
to do a few times and try to do something a little bit different with them, and then I'll pick my favorite of them to submit. Good. So let's try one more. You've got a Coca-Cola one next, and then I put a Nike and a State Farm one as well that you can maybe take and practice this week. So let's
okay,
try the Coca-Cola one. It says it's friendly and approachable this time. So I really like that we've got good contrast here. So obviously, Coca-Cola, we know what that is. And I feel like, they're trying to be just kind of like, everyone's included. It's very like, a drink for everybody, kind of a thing. Um, they say friendly and approachable, and that's kind of what they're going for. They've got game night, backyard barbecue, a moment to yourself, right? And they talk about making every sip special, right? Um, and then they have like a little like tagline at the end that's like a little salesy, but it's cool. So sounding very friendly and approachable. So let's go ahead and try this one. So sounding like very engaging and warm and inviting.
okay. There's nothing like an ice cold Coca Cola, whether it's game night, a backyard barbecue, or just a moment to yourself. Coke makes every sip special. Grab one today and taste the feeling.
Nice. Very good. Yeah. Good. So then I want you to try it. Could it be a little bit more like youthful hype energy?
Okay.
Like they've got like fun music in the background kind of thing.
Yeah. There's nothing like an ice cold Coca Cola, whether it's game night, backyard barbecue, or just a moment to yourself. Coke makes every sip special. Grab one today and taste the feeling.
Nice. Yeah, very good. Awesome. So, all right. So what would you say is a key takeaway, like something for all three of these that's like a key takeaway, a thing that kind of sticks with you that you're like, I feel like, this is like a go-to thing that for every commercial I want to remember.
Definitely keep in mind who you're talking to, the target audience.
I love it. Yeah. I would say another good just like rule of thumb for commercials is going a little bit faster with narration, go a little bit slower as a rule of thumb, and with commercials, always go faster as a rule of thumb. Um, what would you say is one thing that you felt yourself improve on as we were going through?
Kind of using my voice to project to those target audiences, speak
Mm.
how they would speak.
Okay.
Like the
I love
farmer,
that.
it's like
Putting yourself in
rugged
their
kind of.
shoes. How
Yeah,
would they
exactly.
speak? Yeah.
Yeah.
And who would they be receptive to? I love that. Good. And then if you were going to give yourself one thing that's like a practice goal for this week, what would that be?
Um, I think this week, mostly what I'm going to be working on is editing the book.
Oh, sure.
Um,
Yeah.
but when I have some time, um, but like, yeah, for coming, just, I think just, I'm going to have to redo my reels also.
Sure.
So,
Right. To kind of showcase where you're at this point and how you've grown.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So I think
usually try to
maybe
update everything in January or like over Christmas break kind of a thing so that the start of the year it's like I've got my new materials all updated. So that's kind of and auditions and stuff tend to slow in this like early part of the year, so it's a good time to revamp everything. So I love that idea. Even if you didn't get them edited, I would love for you to maybe try recording them so that I could take a listen to what you're doing vocally with them.
okay.
Yeah, so maybe like over the next week or so, I know you've got the book editing to do, but also work on these commercial scripts as well. So if you go to the dot 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 above, or you can just like highlight, copy, and paste them into a doc, and then you can have those to practice with this week.
Okay.
Let's see.
So yeah, once I'm done with uh, the book,
Yeah.
I'll start um, recording my reels, and
Yay!
I think on
Oh, we-
not this Friday, but next Friday when I'm paid, then I will get the Voice 123
Oh, yeah.
subscription, the paid
Right. Yeah.
subscription, and then maybe um, the lesson that we have after that, you could kind of like help me
Sure.
kind of learn the platform and how
That
like
sounds
the best
great.
way to do like auditions and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm also I'm trying to copy and paste them, but for some reason I have to do them one at a time rather than all at once. So, but I got that to you. So you,
Okay.
excuse me. I just choked on air. I don't know what happened with that. So, anyway, good. I'm excited to hear the book and when you get that all finished. And also, I'm excited to dive into this next era for you and your voice acting journey. So, keep up the great work and we'll chat soon, okay?
Okay. Sounds good.
Bye, Robert.